Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4 of Scribbles with Jonathan. I'm your host, Jonathan Rector. Today we're continuing on with what we've been doing since day one. Just pushing on the designs a little bit further. Just a little heads up before we get too crazy. This is the part of my routine where it's going to take me longer than 10 minutes to do the scribbles, I suppose, or the quick gestures and sketches that I've been doing in the other ones, so I'm going to be speeding this video up. Every video from here on out is more than likely going to be sped up, so if you have any questions, just post them in the videos and I'll try to answer them. And for certain things that I think people might be interested in or seeing a little bit slower, I will slow down. So if you miss something or you feel like I'm going too fast or anything like that, by all means, just leave a message, a comment. You could PM me, you could go to my site, you could email me, anything you want to do, and I'll try to help you out. And so you can see what we did is I chose to go with the wizard. I thought the wizard would be a little bit more fun to draw. I could probably throw some magic in there, a couple staffs, get a little bit more elaborate with the costume design. And ultimately, I don't know if I achieved that. I only did go through 2 iterations of this, as you'll see towards the end. And like I've said in the other ones, you can always take these steps as far as you wish to go before you actually take it to a final. And usually what I do from this stage here, I may do one more after this of tightening and refining, but chances are, so we can get into some other topics, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take whichever one of these 2 that I choose, that I finish, into a finish. And we'll see how that goes. And just adding some designs and things on the characters, really interesting. At this point, I like to add just whatever feels good at the time. If it's sporadic lines, so be it. If it's, something that I'm conscious of, toss those in as well. But you always want to keep, like I always say, keep the pencil or the tablet pen moving. Just don't stop. Always be thinking and analyzing while you're doing things. Even if you're shading, you might want to shade a little slower to get your brain moving and thinking of things. Music really helps me as well. And another thing too, I will point out, for some reason, whatever it is that I'm using, the program that I'm using to record with, really eats system requirements up, and Photoshop starts to lag. So sometimes you'll see me doing circles, but the corners are going to be very jagged. They're not going to be smooth. So I'm struggling with this as I'm trying to color and design these things. It's a real big headache, but just a little heads up as to what's going on here. I did want to take some time to talk about a shameless little plug. I don't plan on doing this too often or at all, really. But I did think I did want to bring it up at least once in these videos. And that's, you could check out my website at www.jonathanrector.com. You can find a bunch of things if you're looking to contact me about anything. There's contact information. I also have a store up as well. And I add sketches pretty much daily, and they're available for sale if any of them interest you. Right now, mostly they're Marvel and some DC characters. I do plan on going a little bit more crazier in the next couple months, getting ready for conventions. And one convention that I know I really want to get to, and I'm trying to get more information as to when I can start ordering things, is the Fan Expo in Toronto. And I'm pretty excited about that. I was there last year with a friend. And she was nice enough to let me snag her booth for a day. And I was able to throw out some sketches and, throw my portfolio around trying to get work, but also just trying to get some critiques on how to get better at what I'm doing. So that's some things on my site that I'm working on. And I also have a blog up as well that you could take a look at. And, I try to keep things updated, if not daily, every other day, 3 days max. It just pushes me to... I do have deadlines with work and comic projects, just like everybody else has their things, and we all have our personal things that we want to get aside. For me, it's a sketchbook to sell. That's one big thing that I'm trying to push this year. But as well, I find that you can't just always do things business-like. I find that you gotta have that balance of just messing around and just scribbling and just having fun, even if it's 10 minutes a day, like what I'm doing with these videos or the sketches that I do every day. That's about an hour I devote to just me. You can use this time for whatever you want. You could just do like what I'm doing. if you're into the concept thing, or you could do, comic book work, your own comic book. You don't have to get paid to be a professional comic artist, You don't even got to get paid to be a comic book artist in general, let alone being professional. You could just make your own books and stories, and, that's your time. And the best part about the time is it doesn't conform to anybody's rules or regulations. It's not being published just yet. So you can do whatever you want. You could take those huge leaps and be very creative. And I find those are the moments where I get to experiment more and think out of the box for me and start applying things that I like from other artists and things that I've seen throughout the day or the week, and just start applying it to what I'm doing. Like in this situation, I don't get to draw this fat, sluggy wizard thing every day, right? Getting paid for it anyway. So when would the chance be or the time to actually get it done? And these are things that you got to ask yourself. Sometimes you're very busy and you won't have time to throw these in your day, but I think they're really important. I think they let you vent, let your subconscious take over, and it's quality time with yourself and your brain. And as sad as it might sound, spending more time with your brain isn't a bad thing. I think it's very good, especially the creative side. And of course, the whole time you're doing it, you're analyzing and you're bookmarking little things that you're doing as well that are going to stay with you for a while, that you'll carry over into future works, professional or otherwise. So I definitely think starting this up, guys, even if it's a sketchbook, don't think too much about making everything beautiful unless it's something you are pursuing to actually as like a portfolio piece or something. But if it's not, just mess around. Don't worry about if you're going to post this online and people are going to say, "Oh, this is great work," or "This is crap." Don't worry about that. This is just for you guys. And if you do post it, don't worry about it. You're just sharing it with people. And I haven't seen really any bad art in my life. Granted, there are people that are, I don't want to say undisciplined or uneducated, but, very primitive art styles, but it's still people getting their artwork done, getting it out there. They may not be able to get, commissioned or paid to do such work, but, I don't see a reason to frown upon anybody's artwork any way that it should be, whether it's a traditional American style, anime, or even what's it called? I don't know the name of the type of art style it is, but just paintings where they throw color on canvas. It's not something that I like to look at myself, but people do pay really good money into that as well. So again, it's just letting your brain and your body and your mind and your hand do what it has to do when it comes to art, and it's liberating and it feels really good. So I think we're pretty much close to wrapping this video up, and I hope the video didn't speed things up too much while I'm doing the voiceover here. I'm going to try to fill it up to about 9.5 minutes here, so that it will play a little bit slower, so it won't just blaze by the screen. But all in all, what I think we're going to do from here is, I kind of like the last one that we're working on. I gave it the buck teeth, and I thought it was a little, humorous and unique. And, I could have his or her hand sticking out there with a little ball of energy that I could turn into a flame or fire or, something. I don't know yet. But we'll figure that out, and I think it just looks more like a wizard, I suppose. So I think we're going to go with that one. But again, the next video will basically be taking the one that I choose, and you guys will see it as I go along, refining it, tightening it up, but then it's going to get into the good stuff. That's when we're going to start also doing some shading and lighting. And again, I don't want to dwell on this too much, but I want it to be nothing too dramatic, but just so you can get the point across as to what I do when I need to do these things. And hopefully you can carry it over into doing what you need to do. And then we'll throw some color on this bad boy, and then it should look pretty sexy after that. So I thank you guys for stopping by again today, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.